Good evening, and welcome to Election Night in the Confederate States of America 2020. Tonight, we have current U.S. Representative Julian Castro from the great state of Texas facing off against Roy Moore from Chief Justice from the great state of Alabama. And these are the states that both men will be fighting for. All those states from the Confederate States, 81 are needed to win the presidency. All of these were official Confederate state states, and 160 are up for grabs. So an 80-80 tie is possible, which means 81 are needed to be elected president. And now we have the 7 p.m. poll closings. We have 4 states closing their polls. And the only state as of now that we can project that is the state of South Carolina. Its 9 electoral votes are no surprise. Roy Moore is the projected winner, and it's 9 electoral votes. Currently, in the state of Georgia, with 5% of the precincts reporting their 16 electoral votes are too close to call, though we can report that Julian Castro does have a lead. And on the great state of Virginia, the 13 electoral votes in the Commonwealth of Virginia, with 5% of the precincts reporting, it is too close to call. We cannot project the winner, but we can tell you that Julian Castro has yet another lead. And in his home state of Texas, 38 electoral votes up for grabs, 5% of the precincts reporting. We can once again tell you that Julian Castro has a lead, but we cannot project a winner as of now. Now the current map, as of now, 81, as I told you before, are needed to win the presidency. Roy Moore has 9 to Julian Castro's none. Now we have 4 more states closing their polls at 8 p.m. The state of Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas. And now the state of Arkansas and its 6 electoral votes, only 1% of the precincts reporting. But once again, we can easily project that state for Roy Moore. 6 electoral votes have been added to his column. And on Roy Moore's home state of Alabama, as we know, he lost his Senate race there. 17% of the precincts reporting. 9 electoral votes are up for grabs. But we can tell you that Roy Moore does have a lead. 70% of the precincts reporting as of now. And on the state of Mississippi, 6 electoral votes are once again up for grabs. 9% of the precincts reporting. Its 6 electoral votes are too close to call. We can tell you that Julian Castro does have a lead. And in the state of Louisiana, 8 electoral votes. It is too close to call. We have no precinct reporting, so we cannot tell you who has the lead. 8 electoral votes up for grabs in the state of Louisiana. Now the current electoral map, as you see on your screen, 15 for Roy Moore and 0 to Julian Castro. And now we have 9 p.m. poll closings. 3 states closing their polls, coming from the state of Florida, North Carolina, and Tennessee. But now we can now project a winner from the Commonwealth of Virginia. 13 electoral votes, 79% of the precincts reporting. An earlier poll closing, 13 electoral votes from the great state of Virginia have been projected to be won by Julian Castro. He has won his 13 electoral votes. They have been added to his column. It is his first win of tonight. 13 electoral votes. And now back to the 9 p.m. poll closings. In the great state of Tennessee, 11 electoral votes up for grabs. 24% of the precincts reporting. We cannot project the winner, but we can tell you that Roy Moore does have a lead. And on the great state of North Carolina, 15 electoral votes, 26% of the precincts reporting. We cannot project the winner once again. We can tell you that Julian Castro does have a lead. And in the state of Florida, more than half of the votes are counted. 29 electoral votes up for states. We cannot project the winner once again, but Roy Moore, we can tell you, does have a very small lead. And now, with the addition of Virginia, Julian Castro has 13 electoral votes to Roy Moore's 15. And now we have new projections from 2 states, the state of Tennessee and Georgia. Please stand by. The 11 electoral votes from the great state of Tennessee, we have 65 of the precincts reporting, though we can now project Roy Moore is the projected winner from the great state of Tennessee. He has won its 11 electoral votes. And now in the great state of Georgia and 16 electoral votes, we almost have 90% of the precincts reporting, but we can finally project Julian Castro as a winner in the great state of Georgia. 16 electoral votes have now been added to his column. And now with the addition of those 2 states, Julian Castro has taken the lead. He has 29 electoral votes to Roy Moore's 26. With many states yet to be called, Julian Castro has a lead. And now we have many projections from 4 states. States of Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana. And as home state of Alabama, 93% of the precincts reporting, 9 electoral votes up for grabs, but we can now project his home state has gone to Roy Moore. He has won its 9 electoral votes, with 93% of the precincts reporting. And along with in the great state of Mississippi, 6 electoral votes, 3/4 of the vote in, we can project that the winner in that state is Roy Moore. And now, in this great state of Louisiana, 8 electoral votes, 76% of the precincts reporting. Once again, another victory for Roy Moore. 8 electoral votes are being added to his column for his win in this great state of Louisiana. And now a huge call, the state of Florida and its 29 electoral votes. We have 91% of the precincts reporting. Julian Castro is the projected winner in the great state of Florida. A key win that his campaign needed if he wanted to be elected president. Its 29 electoral votes have been won. The 29 electoral votes from the great state of Florida have been added to Julian Castro column. He needed the state and he has won the state. And now, the current electoral map, we only have 2 states yet to be called. The great state of Texas along with North Carolina. And as of now, Julian Castro has maintained his lead, 58 electoral votes to 49. 2 states, as I said, are yet to be called, Texas and North Carolina. And now we have 2 projections from the final states. From Texas, 30 electoral votes, and North Carolina, 15 electoral votes. The winner in Texas will almost for sure win the presidency. We can now project Julian Castro from the great state of Texas has won the presidency of the Confederate States of America. With 98% of the votes in, we can now project Julian Castro has been elected president of the Confederate States of America. Because of these 2 calls, we can project him the president-elect. North Carolina, 15 electoral votes, 93% of the precincts reporting. He's the projected winner in that state. This does not get him over the 81 electoral votes needed, but this does. 30 electoral votes from his home state of Texas. He has won that state. 97% of the precincts reporting. We can finally project Julian Castro is the projected winner from Texas. 38 electoral votes. 97% of the precincts reporting. We can finally project him the winner of that state. And now, the final states, the final projections. It was 81 electoral votes were needed to be elected president, and Julian Castro has surpassed that number, receiving 111 electoral votes, while Roy Moore only receiving 49. Julian Castro won the big states of Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia, while Roy Moore only won Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and South Carolina. And now I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you can subscribe so that I can continue making these election nights and election predictions and any other sort of election videos. I'd also like to give you wish you a happy new year. If you're already in 2018 or like other people in the West Coast, that some of my friends in the West Coast that are still in 2017, as it is not 12 a.m. yet. And you might hear some fireworks in my background, so sorry for that, but thank you for watching. I'd like to wish you a happy new year, and thank you.